campaigning for the third phase of elections has ended. Continues here on Headlines today. We have Manogia who's joining us and giving us more perspective on what is happening in Odisha. That, of course, is the situation in Chandigarh, which is going to be our next focus. But Manogia, give us a sense ahead of the third phase. How does it look like in Odisha?
Well, the second phase of polls, which is also the first phase of polls for the state government here, it is expected to be a very, very emotional phase for Naveen Patnaik because he will be contesting and he has already got a walkover in his Hingli seat. But what is more important is that despite all this, we've also seen there is a lot of talk going on between BJP and on whether the Congress and the BJP candidates will be able to survive the wave of BJP here in the state. We visited a lot of areas. We did travel in the trains to talk to people. What we could gather is that there is, of course, a Narendra Modi wave that is expected to somehow survive in Odisha. However, there has been a complete denial from the Chief Minister of the state, Naveen Patnaik. One point I'd like to highlight here that 70 assembly constituencies which go for assembly polls on 10th of April, and with that 10 parliamentary seats. Parliamentary seats will be very interesting because the people seem to be a little confused and a little focused. It's both the emotions that have been playing well in this case, because either they want to vote for the single largest party that might emerge at the center and not for BJP,
Manogia,
but perhaps this is what we've been gathering.
Absolutely, Manogia. Now, Maruk, how we wish we could have played that interview that Manogia actually carried out with, or did with Mr. Naveen Patnaik. But of course, there are these EC guidelines because of which, Manogia, we can't play that interview post 5 p.m. But can you just quickly take us through what were the key highlights of that interview? He obviously talked about not having any alliance with the BJP.
Absolutely, Sanket, you're absolutely right. He clearly pointed out that at any cost, even if Narendra Modi is not the prime ministerial candidate, he would not continue to tie a knot with BJP at the center. He would try, in Bengali you say, Akla Cholore, that's what even Odisha will be following. He, however, said that the regional parties will be playing a very important role. They will be following it. But what is interesting is that he did not comment on the third front formula on whether it was a success or a failure. He did say that it was an attempt, and whether it is a successful happening after the elections is what remains to be seen. But one thing I would like to highlight here also, that he was completely categoric that BJP is a communal party, and perhaps that's the reason they had sabotage after the Kandamal riots in the state, and they would continue to do so in the future also.